Hello guys, this is just a quick video about depth of field in Poser in case you never used it before. So here I have this setup where I'm using camera 3 with these settings, and if I change, for example, I'm using f-stop of 2. If I change it to 0.5, you can see how it changes the results. So we have more blurriness. Okay, we have more blurriness in the image. I will show you how I would set up with a new camera. I will add a new camera here. Let's place it next to the figure. This is the previous camera that I was using. So if I change it, I will go to the render settings. The first thing we have to do to use the depth of field, we need to activate. So in header settings, if I'm using Superfly, I have here, I'm using the preset Optics Fast, and I check the depth of field. You have to check this option, otherwise the render will not show the effect. Okay, so I save the settings. I'm using camera 4 now. This is the new camera, and if I render like this, I'm render at half resolution. Let's see how it looks. You will see this is pretty simple. It is pretty simple to use. Okay, the first thing we need to change is the focus distance. You can see while I drag this slider, the focus distance will appear here in the image. Where you place, you look for the intersections where you want to place the focus, the main focus of the image. When you are placing the focus distance, you might want to have it always showing. You can use the menu option, display, guides, focus distance. If you use this option, let's click here, it will always appear. So we can move the slider and we can always see, and you don't need to worry because this will not render in the final image. Okay, but in my case I will turn it off. Let's see how it looks. Okay, this is the default values. You can see it works good. I might wanna change some things here. Let's say if I change the angle of the camera, let's place somewhere around here. You will see that when I have to review, I have to redo the slider to place where I want. It depends on where the subject is. You can see the effect here. The f-stop is what will control the blurriness. So if I lower this value, it is 2.8. If I use 1, for example, in this case, see that's more blurry. Okay, let's go to 3. And one thing we need to be careful is about the noise in the image, because when using depth of field, the render will take a little more time to finish, and we may see some more noise in some parts of the image. But we can change the render settings. We can increase, for example, we can increase the pixel samples or use a different preset. For example, if I use a better optics high, for example, uses 25 pixel samples. I have to activate the depth of field, and now if I render, I'm not sure if you will notice in the final image because of the video compression, but it will look better here where we had more noisy before. So that's the difference here. I'm moving the slider to compare. This is noisy and this is less noisy. Okay. And one more thing, a good tip when working with cameras is that we can lock. It used to be in the menu. We use object lock object, but now in this last Poser version, in Poser 13, we have this in the properties, so we can check lock. If we mark this option in the properties for the camera, when we are working in the pose room, we can't move. We can rotate. If I try to change the point of view, you see I cannot move. I cannot change the camera. We can try to move the sliders, but it won't work. This is very handy. You can see if I uncheck, I can rotate, but if I check, I can rotate. I'm holding Alt and I'm trying to rotate, but I can rotate. This is very good to use when you found the right placement of the camera and you wanna make sure to never change it later. You can use the properties tab that works the same as before with object lock. It's just a new option to use. And that's it. Have a nice day. Bye bye.